It's Wang Chung. Everybody have fun.
Yeah.
Everybody Wang Chung tonight. It sounds like you want everybody to blow chunks tonight. Yeah, I don't. Anna, let me turn on the audio. We're doing the show off the show.
Oh, do the show. Let's start the show.
That's on video. I'm going to put that up. What you just did.
With,
the world has
just a lot of dancing with no Wang Chung.
Yeah.
I was just getting my heart rate up before I start cooking. Start the show.
You ready to rock and roll?
Yeah.
I am Vinnie Tortorich, folks. Your good intentions have been stolen, but don't worry. I'm here to help you get them back. And you know what? You may be, what is that term I used? Soft and succulent at the beginning of this process, but hang in there. Before long, you will be lean and mean, and you will be in good shape. And folks, this is a Monday show. This is the one where we bring in Anna Vocino, and today is going to be kind of a different show because we are videotaping this, and it's going to be on the YouTubes, and Anna's going to be cooking for us today. So without any further ado, Anna Vocino, how you doing, Pumpkin?
I'm doing great, and we are we recording this? Is today Cinco de Mayo? Which day do I call?
Yeah, you know what? Today is the 5th of May, so today is Cinco de Mayo. Yeah,
that's what Cinco means, you guys. The 5th.
Yeah,
the reason I think is the 6th of May.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, you have to tell me when it's time to culturally appropriate, and I will do so. So I'm going to do that for everyone today.
Okay, so Anna, and since it is Cinco de Mayo, we're recording this on Wednesday on the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to come out on Monday. So what are you going to cook for the peoples?
I am making, and this is actually legit what I'm making for my dinner tonight. And my timeline is tight. So I was like, well, I'll cook this while we podcast, and then I'll be able to get everything done. So I am making my carne asada dry rub. And here's 2 pounds of skirt steak / flat meat. My carne asada dry rub that's in Eat Happy 2. I'm making the guacamole that's in Eat Happy 1. And I'm going to make a new recipe, like a Spanish style cauliflower rice. It's real easy. You can make it at home. And by the way, you usually have to buy the books to get these recipes, but I'm going to tell you how to make them. I'm just going to tell you. We're not going to put it in the show notes. So you have to actually rewind and listen and write stuff down. Yeah, we don't have time. You're going to have to work for it.
Yeah, you're going to have to. But Anna, you're in your kitchen. By the way, you're taking people into your home, Anna, and that's very sweet of you. Beautiful kitchen, by the way.
Welcome to my home, and thank you.
Before the show started, I was playing some Wang Chung, and you were dancing your butt off. Now, on YouTube, because of the rules and the laws and everything, no one's going to be able to hear.
No, it'll just look like I'm a crazy person
tonight. Everybody Wang Chung. They won't be able to hear that, but they can see you dancing.
Yeah.
Kind of like, what's her name that was in the boss's video before she was on Friends?
Oh, she was doing
Cox.
That was the Courtney Cox. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Courtney Cox, what's her name? Molly Ringwald does that dance. There's a lot of toe pointing down below in front of the stove that you can't see.
All right, so Anna, what was the song that she danced to with Bruce Springsteen?
Do 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 do.
I need more than that.
Dancing in the Dark. I had to work through the. Right? Wasn't it Dancing in the Dark?
Dancing in the Moonlight keeps coming up. Let's see, Dancing in.
No, that's not it.
Bill's gonna hate me, but sorry, Bill. Maybe this is it.
Lauren, what song did Courtney Cox dance to? Dancing in the Dark? This is my sirloin nuts. Sirloin skirt steak, otherwise known as flat meat. That's what they call it on the West Coast. They call it flat meat, but it's skirt steak on the East Coast. Y'all, you got to know your coast meat.
By the way, I'm still watching this in silence, Anna. And I haven't seen Courtney Cox yet, but I want to see the dance and I can choreograph you a bit. But Bruce is doing it too on stage. He's doing he's doing this back and forth thing like this. He's doing this, right?
Yeah.
Now,
doesn't she do she's wearing like a white jean jacket?
Well, Bruce is doing a bunch of, this kind of stuff right here. Right. So, and he looks very angry when he's singing, like he's about to get in a fight or something.
Oh, because he's from New Jersey and they're like,
yeah, and they're mean. And now he's pointing at the audience like this, and I'm watching this. And I don't see how he stays on mic because he jumps around and he gets that mic back in front of him really fast. That's what you call talent, Anna. Right.
That's why he's the boss. That's why he's the boss.
He is the boss. So he's still going at it. I haven't seen Courtney Cox yet. And there's the big man on the saxophone. That's what they used to call him. He's no longer with us. Clarence Clemens. All right, now he's looking out to the audience. Wait, now they're showing the audience. There's a nubile girl right up front. Could this be her?
I think it is.
Let's see. Let's see. We're not there yet. We're not there, Anna.
It's her. It's her.
It's got to be her.
It's her.
It might not be. Let's see. Oh boy, he's peeling one off. He's peeling one off from the herd. Oh yeah, she's got the short hair. Look at her.
Does she have a white jean jacket on? Did I remember that correctly?
Let's see.
Or no?
She got white t-shirt. Let's see.
White t-shirt.
I think he pulls her up on stage at some point, right?
Yeah. Don't they dance? That was her whole career, was getting pulled up on stage. It wasn't an accident though. It was planned that she was supposed to get chosen.
Right.
She got cast in that part, but that was her big break.
Yeah, that was her big break. Let's see. Now they showed her once. Let's see if she comes back again. By the way, she's from Alabama, Anna. So you guys have that in common.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not from Alabama.
Well, your daddy works in Alabama, right?
He does. He's lived there since I was 1, but I grew up in Virginia.
All right. So there you go.
I am very familiar with Alabama.
And Bruce is about to get very familiar with Alabama too, because he is getting hot for Courtney. And no, she's got a white t-shirt on and the sleeves are kind of rolled up. Oh yeah, now he's pulling her up on stage, and she's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I'm up on stage." And oh yeah, all right. So Anna, you ready?
I don't hear the music. I don't hear the music at all. By the way,
I know. Here, I'm gonna put the music back on for you. Yeah. So he only brings up right at the end. Yeah, I thought it was more than that, but it was just right at the end. So Anna, folks, if you guys want to watch Anna dance and cook flank steaks,
go to the YouTubes.
Go to YouTube. Now, Anna, what are you going to be doing with that meat?
Okay, first I'm going to make this dry rub. So let's talk about this for a second.
You said rub.
I know. I'm going to rub my meat, but before I do that, I need to make a rub.
Yeah.
To rub my meat. Pro tip: label maker at the top of the spices. That's how I find everything.
I can't see what, Anna, we cannot see what's written on it.
But just imagine, if this is smoked paprika, just imagine that's what's going on. Oh my God, my tablespoon's too big to go in there. So let me get my half tablespoon.
God, if I had a nickel for every time I heard that.
It's too big.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
Yeah.
Won't go in.
Too big. Can't get it in.
So we're going to do a tablespoon of smoked paprika. And a tablespoon of, I like to use ancho chili powder, but I don't have any, so I'm using regular rolled chili powder. And you know what? That's just fine.
You know what we call that, Anna? We call that
improvising.
Improvise. Yeah, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Now we're going to do a teaspoon each. We're going to do some shout out to our peoples at Redmond Real Salt. We love
Redmond Real Salt.
Isn't that what's in your electrolyte?
Yeah, I use Redmond Real Salt. It's a very powdery version of it, Anna.
It's also in my sauce.
Yeah.
We love it. Garlic powder, which, by the way, I have, this thing is nasty looking because I keep putting the Villa Capelli stuff that I order into a jar. I need to clean this out one day. But let me tell you what, the Villa Capelli garlic powder is way more flavorful.
You know what, Anna?
The stuff that comes in the
I
jar.
like it when it's real. You know, I hate when you see these cooking shows and
Yeah.
nothing is real. You look
Oh.
real over
I
there.
just also too. I just wipe my nose with my arm, so that's
Yeah,
very
you never
real.
see that. You know, you never
They
see.
would edit that out. They would
What's
edit
that
that out.
girl
No,
that does Yummo? What's her name?
Rachel
Yummo.
Ray.
Yeah,
Rachel Ray.
Rachel Ray doesn't pick her nose. Anna picks her nose.
Oregano, garlic powder, and some cumin. A teaspoon each of salt, cumin, oregano dried, and garlic powder. Okay, and then we're gonna do a half teaspoon. Get these out the way. Half teaspoon of onion powder and allspice, and then a quarter teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And then I'm gonna mix it up, and then I'm gonna rub my meat. So what's going on with you, Vin?
You know, just another day in
Allspice just
paradise.
takes it to another level.
What is allspice, Anna? Tell me what that is.
It's a spice that comes in like these little. It's like it's almost like it's one of the things that goes in pumpkin spice along with like nutmeg and cinnamon and all that stuff, and it just complements it all. Allspice is just another exotic little spice that we love, and it comes in little like large peppercorn balls, but we usually get it ground down.
So can we say that it enhances the flavor or magnifies the flavor of other things?
No, what it does is it just gives it almost like a hint of sweetness. So you got all these savory flavors, and cumin, which is like a really earthy umami kind of flavor.
Yeah, I love cumin.
Allspice gives it a little tiny bit of sweet because we don't add any sweet to our food.
So let's be clear, Anna, it's not a sugar.
There's no allspice is a spice.
It's a spice.
And I'm gonna do some freshly ground pepper. And again, I have like a shitty Trader Joe's thing. The reason why I keep it because I love the grind that I get on it. It's better than any expensive pepper grinder. And I just keep refilling this thing with peppercorn. So
and you know what? We keep it real over at Anna's Kitchen, folks.
That's right.
Anna's just like you, even though she's a big celebrity. She's just like you.
I am a big celebrity.
Yeah. That's the way it works. Folks, while Anna's putting that together, we're talking about meat and everything. I'm going to tell you guys about Belcampo. Anna, can I take a little break and do Belcampo while you mix it?
Yeah, you absolutely should. Yep.
Belcampo, Belcampo. Love these folks. The meat is just delectable. That's all I can say about it. I can't get enough of Belcampo. They still are letting that 20% discount roll first time orders. And if you spend, no matter what, if you spend over $100 after the discount, free shipping. So put in promo code Vinnie, Vinnie, free shipping. Look, folks, if you're on the fence and you go, oh, should I try this? I don't know about doing a meat, through the mail. It shows up perfect. It's frozen. It's great every single time. The ground beef is great. The hamburger meat, the meatballs are NSNG approved. You're going to love those. Go check out belcampo.com. You're going to love what's going on over there. Anna, what are some of your favorite meats over at Belcampo?
I have first the meatballs, the ground beef and the ground pork, because my latest very carnivore meatball recipe that I make is a pound of ground beef, a pound of ground pork, chopped up salami into tiny bits, and the pork rinds ground up, and put in the seasoning with it. And I don't put an egg in it because I can't tolerate egg, but you could certainly put an egg in there. And it's a carnivore meatball. And so I make that I use the Belcampo, but I've also got their I like big roasts. And if I'm going to make an order, I make an order. You know what I mean? So I've done the brisket, I've done the prime rib. Oh, their ribeye steaks are incredible. That's my favorite though. I'm a sucker for ribeye.
Go check out Belcampo, promo code Vinnie, Vinnie, no wimpy Y, and save 20% right now and free shipping over $100. So go do all of that. Anna's over there patting down her meat. I kind of wish I was that meat. I feel like I would be getting a massage right now. Anna,
it would feel good.
Is it very important to rub it out like that? What are you doing?
I do because I want the flavor to settle in. You don't want it to all fall off when you put it on the grill. This is a dry rub, so you got to rub it in. You got to do the work.
Yeah.
So, and I put it on both sides. Now, they've cut these exceptionally thin. Sometimes skirt steak can be thicker. These are pretty much paper thin. But you want to get it all in there. And if you don't like a dry rub, if you're worried that it's going to be too granular, you could certainly brush it with olive oil after you put it on there. See, look, it's already sticking to my hands.
Yeah.
But that's all right. We're going to do some more of this.
I'm getting hungry.
Use up the rub. This is 2 pounds.
By the way, folks, if you're listening to this on your Audible, you can actually go right to YouTube and watch Anna do this whole recipe. And Anna, I take it we're not going to just do this like they do on those cooking shows where you have one finished. You're making this.
I will. I'm actually only going to finish the guacamole and the cauliflower rice unless Lauren magically appears to go start the grill, but he's not in the room, so that probably won't happen. I'm just going to prep it and he'll grill it later. Okay. Yeah, you want to start he just appeared. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Lauren Darquinio.
Is he going to come on camera?
He probably will not appear on camera.
Yeah.
Because without his full, makeup.
Hair and makeup.
He needs his team of glam.
First
glam
he would need hair, and then he would get makeup.
Right. This yields a lot of rub, so you want to make sure you have at least 2 pounds of meat or more.
I was going to ask, Anna, so that's a couple of pounds of beef there.
Yeah, this is 2 pounds of skirt steak. By the way, this is not one of the spice mixes I'm going to be launching. I'm going to be selling a barbecue dry rub, a ranch, a dill. I call it the dill, the ranch seasoning, and taco seasoning. So this is a little different, carne asada. But having lived in Southern California, how many years did you live here, Vinnie?
30, give or take.
You gotta make carne asada because it's like the city dish of Los Angeles besides donuts. They love their donuts in Los Angeles for some reason. It's very strange.
I've never understood. You know what I think that is with the donuts?
They're obsessed with donuts in Los Angeles.
Well, because people are in a car all day and they're driving, and there's donut shops on every corner. Ooh, look at that.
Right? Looking good, huh?
Very nice.
I don't want it to fall off.
Yeah, don't let it slip off.
Okay. By the way, always bring your meat, as much to room temp as you can. At least take it out of the fridge for like 15, 20 minutes, because if you put a super cold piece of meat on the thing, it just doesn't cook as well. You won't get as good of a sear on it. Why don't I make guacamole? Oh, you know what? I was going to ask you a question from a listener.
Go on.
I got my phone right here.
You still got dry rub all over your hands, Anna?
No, I just washed my hands in the sink. You didn't see that?
Okay. Well,
that really stressed you out because you thought I picked up my phone.
Yeah, it did.
Nasty hands.
Yeah, I thought it was like, oh, what is she doing? But you see, you were so smooth about washing your hands.
Let's see. Start the grill. You're not on camera. Don't worry. That's fine. We'll just show them the result. So you can just cook it because it's over there. You come in that way.
This is what you call marital bliss, folks.
That's right. Marital bliss. Let's start it in 15 to 20 minutes because it doesn't take that long to heat it up. What temperature do you do it at? 500? 550? That'll only take like 5 minutes to cook that. 400? Okay.
Yeah. So
there we go.
Yeah. 400 for 5 minutes. Is that what he said?
Yeah. It'll probably be more like 450, but that's okay. It's grilling is very forgiving. Okay. Here. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you first of all.
Okay.
You know how I sign up for the purpose of these podcasts? I sign up for this bullshit so we can go down the rabbit hole and talk about it on the air.
Yeah.
And then I have to go and unsubscribe, and you have to unsubscribe a million times. So I have to be really sure that it's some bullshit that I want to talk about because they find you and then they just email you forever. And this one company was emailing about this thyroid supplement, and it was making all these claims of this, that, and the other thing. First of all, it had iodine in it, which sometimes people with thyroid issues should take iodine and sometimes they should not. So I was like, well, that's not a smart thing to have in there, number one.
Right.
Number two, they had this no GMOs thing slapped all over it. And then it said the capsules are made of soy. So how is that even possible? Because isn't all soy GMO?
Pretty much.
It didn't have the certification. It just said the words no GMO on it.
Well, most soy, because Monsanto owns 92% of all soy around the planet, and a lot of that is genetically modified. I don't know how much, but Monsanto is known for genetically modifying everything so that their chemicals won't kill their product. Think about that, folks. And so
the chemicals they make are impossible they cannot kill the products that the food they're trying to grow.
Right, but It'll kill other organisms and weeds and everything else. So you do what you will with your soy.
So
I
it'll
tell
it'll
people never
kill
touch
all
it.
of us,
Right.
but it won't kill the soy. The soy will
That is
be here
correct.
long after we're gone. Okay, cool.
It's a
I don't
mutant.
know. I just thought like how much you have to read between the lines with this stuff. And it made me think about how much I appreciate your vitamin business for not having all this crap and lies and stupid decisions. It had more stuff, but I want to ask you a question. Sugar-free cyclist asks, you've mentioned body being in starvation mode recently. See this, I took off my glasses. Why did I do that?
Yeah, go ahead and put your glasses on, Anna.
Okay, you've mentioned body being in starvation mode recently. Could an individual be in that mode due to not eating enough and not losing weight, but have an excess of body fat that makes them not feel hungry? Not asking for me. Just to be clear, Sugar-Free Cyclist does not want to be accused of asking this question.
No. He does NSNG. So I'm guessing he wants me to answer this for a friend of his who's not understanding it. But
Is that clear what he asked?
Yeah, it's not clear.
Can you explain it?
I couldn't answer it on Twitter because it was too long of an answer.
Yeah.
And there's probably a few things going on here. So let me see if I can clear it up.
Okay.
If someone is fat adapted, right, and they wanted to fast for longer periods of time, it could be like an 18-hour fast. It could be a 3-day fast, whatever people like to fast for. They won't go into starvation mode. Their body will just keep making ketone bodies because they're fat adapted and their body knows how to continue to do that for a period of time. It shouldn't be used as a quick weight loss method or anything else. I know Dr. Jason Fung and some of these guys use it to take care of people who are metabolically broken and they're trying to fix them. So that's why they use that. But Gary Taubes eloquently described this in one of his books. I don't think it was Good Calorie, Bad Calorie. It might have been Why We Get Fat and What to Do About It. But he talked about people in poor areas in the United States.
Right.
And these people, and I've seen this when I was in India and other places around the world, whenever I've been in impoverished areas.
Mhm.
When I was down in Mississippi, I was giving a talk a couple of years ago, and I was there because I had to give a talk again the next day. So I was just walking around this town, and I ended up going through an area where I wouldn't say it was impoverished, but it wasn't an upper class neighborhood. Just put it that way. And I went down there to get a really, really good cup of coffee. That's how much I need real coffee. And you see these people walking around. I saw a lot, mostly women, some guys, and literally wider than they were tall, to give you an idea of how morbidly obese these people were, wider than they were tall. Okay. And I felt for these human beings. I felt really bad for them. And mostly, most people will go, well, look at that, fatty over there, still eating chips and has a 64 ounce or no. You're looking at that the wrong way.
Right.
And Gary explains this very, very eloquently. And I want to say it's Why We Get Fat. Even though they're taking in all of these carbohydrates while they're walking down the street, they're basically grazing on chips and 64 ounces full of sugar. And when they finish that one, they're going to get another one and another one after that. It's because their brain thinks they're emaciated and starving to death. They're in famine mode, right? Their brain has been tricked into thinking that they're lean, they have no more fat to lose, and their body's trying to hang on to every bit of fat that it can get because the brain thinks the body is in starvation mode. So that could be what Sugar-Free Cyclist is talking about.
But what about, I think too, but what if the person is NSNG, kind of going back to what you were saying about, like, let's say somebody's doing an 18-hour fast or they do a 36-hour fast. Is that the reasoning behind why you don't want to do that every day? Because then the body does start to expect a lower caloric threshold?
It could. Yeah, you could fall into that. But that's getting into minutia, and I take those case by case. And
Yeah.
usually those people will sign up for consults when they get into that kind of trouble. And usually I can right the ship, right? That's a lot of the phone calls I get, either.
Is that somebody who's like, you think addicted to fasting in a way? Not addicted, but that's might be a
No,
strong word, but you know what I'm saying.
fasting can become somewhat addicting because
I just lick my
it feels
hand.
good. You get that feeling of, you kind of feel high, you feel a little drunk, you feel like you have super duper energy. And so that can
Right.
become addicting. I get the same thing when I eat just high fat. Like today, I've been at it all day at the computer and this and that and the whole thing. I've been out and about and I've been shoring myself up with a lot of fat. I've had a bunch of my nut butters today. I see you're working with an avocado over there.
Yes,
I had a half an avocado today.
Yes.
I would
They're
have the
nice
other
and
half
ripe.
if I can make it out of my office. So does that answer the question, Anna?
God damn it. It just fell into the stove parts.
Don't you hate when that happens?
When they're perfectly ripe, they're that slippery to fall into the middle of the stove.
So Anna, tell the
There you
audience, anyone who's just listening, what you're doing right now.
Okay, I'm making guacamole, which, for guacamole is really ideally, if all you have are avocados, salt, and pepper, you can make some, but the lime juice is put in there to preserve the avocado, and the acid keeps it from oxidizing. And also lime juice tastes really yummy. So I found 2 giant avocados and I'm just working with what I have. I never have set specific measurements, but I have to in my cookbook. So there. So I'll do juice of half a lime first, and then I'll taste it and see once I put everything else in there. And if I need to add more lime, I will. But
Anna, we're playing ranchero music underneath
great.
Mexican food on Cinco de Mayo.
Love it. Oh my God. Hold on. I'm trying not to sneeze. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, go. Oh yeah, there she goes. Sneezing all over the place. Now, folks, if you're listening to this and not watching it, she didn't sneeze on the food. She sneezed over. She ran out of the room.
I walked away.
Yeah.
These limes are actually small, so I'm going to do a juice of the whole lime in here because this needs a little bit of extra love.
Yeah. God, I want that guacamole so bad. And it's not even made yet. I know what it's going to be.
Yeah.
I just want.
By the way, this citrus juicer, if you have these presses, the best.
Who makes that, Anna?
I don't know who makes it. It's some German company, but they have them at like Sur La Table. But don't get the cheap one. You got to get the real sturdy kind, and it'll last your entire lifetime in your kitchen. Your kids will be throwing all your stuff out, and then they'll find this thing and they'll be like, "Oh, I'm gonna keep that." They don't make.
I think we have that same one because ours is a big metal yellow one like that.
Yeah, the metal yellow one's good too. I'm going to put shallot in this guy. Now, but you have to be real careful. For me, shallots are a lot more pungent than onions even. So
I like the shallots in the guacamole.
You know what shallots are? They are a hybrid of onion and garlic.
Yep. And they're delicious. Oh, hey, Anna, you know what? I'm going to send this whole video to Maureen.
Oh, good.
And she always thinks Anna's so pretty. So she'll get
she's
to see
very, very, she's my number one fan.
She is. Yeah. She even said to me, I wonder if, if Lauren, shacked up with another woman.
She never said that.
Serena leaves and, maybe never come. Serena goes out for cigarettes. She doesn't come home. This guy.
She 100% would never say that.
Yeah. And she was like, well, who do you think you think you might give Anna a phone call? And, you guys. And I said, I don't know, Ma. It could happen. You don't know. Right?
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't do a very tight chop on that shallot because I like to have those chunks. If you don't like them, you might want to use a little mincer. You might want to just use onion powder. You don't have to put the shallot in there. This heirloom tomato I'm using because I would normally put little cherry tomatoes in there, but this thing needs to be used up. So I'm just going to have at it.
What kind of knife? Yeah. What do you have there?
Got to do the serrated knife. This is a smaller. The only thing I use serrated knives on anymore are tomatoes because you used to use them for bread. Now we don't have any bread. So
what brand do you use, Anna?
The these are Hinkley, I think. Hinkles or whatever. And then this is
Yeah.
a Japanese one that I got.
That looks like a
Yabi.
global.
It's amazing. And I wish you were here to sharpen it.
Yeah, I'd be scared.
Incredible, this knife. I finally splurged on a really nice knife. And you see the little pretty detail there.
Yeah, the tang goes all the way through the handle, and yeah, it's very balanced.
I mean, it does on the Hankles too, but it's not as like, it's good, but it's not.
Hinkle is kind of like the beginner version of you're getting into cooking.
Yeah, I mean, I got the nicer Hinkles, but they're not like the fanciest chef knives, but the Japanese ones, whew, amazing.
Yeah, we have some knives by a company called Global that are really good. The chefs really like those. I don't know anything about cooking knives.
This thing is, I need to sharpen a serrated knife. Yeah, this tomato is pretty smushy. I'm actually going to mix up the guac first and then fold in these tomatoes because I don't want the tomatoes to get all mushy in there.
Right.
I like them to keep their form.
Yeah, keep that chunk going.
Oh, I had another listener question for you.
All right.
Okay. Oh, this is definitely for you. Hey, at Vinnie Tortorich, can you explain more about lifting to exhaustion on an upcoming podcast? Lightweight versus heavy. Heard a short explanation, but would like to learn more. Should we mix it up? Goals of size versus lean muscle. Which increases strength the most? Thanks. And that's F. Scott Fitz.
Okay. F. Scott Fitz.
Mm-hmm.
It's a strange thing. Getting lean muscle, you're going to get it whether you go heavy or light if you're eating correctly. We always say abs are made in the kitchen, but you get your leanness from, don't worry about the high reps versus low reps. Now, you're going to build muscle faster if you do lower reps, higher weight. But if you hit a certain age, say my age, if you go heavy weight all the time, I've had this argument with Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew will fidget around. I'll say, Drew, what's going on? My back is killing me. And I'll say, well, why is that? And he'll say, because I was doing heavy squats. And I'll say, why are you doing heavy squats? You're a doctor. You're not a football player, right? If he repped out a little more, he would be fine. Let me give the example I always like to give.
What does that mean if he repped out a little more?
I'm going to explain it. So Anna, let's assume that this water jug right here is a 10-pound weight.
Okay.
Right. So if I'm doing a curl, right, I'm doing a curl with this. If I move in this motion 10 times with 10 pounds under the heading of work, under the definition of work, I will effectively have lifted 100 pounds. 10 times 10 pounds.
Right.
I would have moved 100 pounds that distance, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So if I turn this into 20 pounds, now I only have to move it 5 times. I'm doing a curl if you guys aren't watching on YouTube. I only have to move it 5 times because 5 times 20 is also 100, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you'll get there quicker. So under the heading of work, you're going to get the same amount of work done. But we also know that, the way muscle grows is that you do get it to exhaustion. Mm-hmm. And, look, if you're repping out with 20 and 30 reps, it's hard to get to exhaustion that way. You usually get bored first. So I always, with clients and everyone else I coach, after you do a couple of warm-up sets, I always like to grease the skids a bit, get it warmed up, and then do a couple of 2 or 3 heavy sets. Right. Those sets can be as low as 4 or 5 reps, right? Because you build that muscle fiber, you recruit more muscle fiber when you get closer to failure. You might notice on my rack behind me, since I work out alone, I'm gonna see if I can point to right where it is with this pen. You'll see right there's a black bar going across the rack. There's actually a couple more down low out front. Those things are not just sitting there willy-nilly. They're there so that when I move my bench press in there, if I'm maxing out and I get to a rep and I can't go anymore, I could just drop it onto those things. I can, it's a safety catch, and I can still get out without crushing my chest or landing on my neck or killing myself or anything else. The other piece of advice I would give, since I'm talking about the bench press in particular, is if you don't have this fancy schmancy, safety hooks, some of them are made of, they call them safety slings. You can get the slings also. Never, ever, when you're doing a bench press, put collars on the end, because if you do get caught, and even though I have the safety hooks, I never put collars on the end, because if you have to dump the weight, sure, you're going to scrape up your floor. You might bang up your floor pretty good, but you're not going to die. And a lot of times I'm working out and no one else is in the house. So even though I have the safety equipment, when I have something that can crush me, I always keep the collars off. It's prudent. You talk to any coach, they will tell you that. And that's how you get to go to failure without having a partner. And you could do that on everything. You could do it with pull-ups. You could do it with push-ups. You could do it with bench press, curls, what have you. But that's when, it's not those early sets. Those early sets are just for pre-exhaustion. You might feel yourself pumping up. You might feel the muscles getting bigger and so on and so forth. But it's those late sets where you're going for it. And by the way, you don't have to go to failure on every set. Just 1 or 2 sets, and you don't have to do it in every workout. I always recommend doing lighter workouts and then tougher workouts. So let's say you're doing something like, push, pull, leg routine. So on Monday, you're doing push, bench press, you got your shoulder press, triceps, and it's kind of, you're pushing. Tuesday, you're pulling, you're doing like pull-ups or lat pulls and rowing and all this. So you're pulling towards you. Wednesday, you're doing legs, right? So let's say on Monday, you did everything, you got to failure on your push. On Tuesday, you don't have to get to failure. You go a little lighter on Tuesday on your pull, and then you could go heavy on legs one day of the week. But when you get back to Thursday and you get back to push again, if you went hard on Monday, you can have more of a mediocre workout on the push. And on Friday, when you come back with the pull, that's when you go all in and go to failure. And let's say you haven't done a hard leg workout that week. Saturday comes around, as I always say, have a lot of eggs and then go do your legs. It's just the way it works. Yeah. You got, you just get yourself, get a lot of eggs in you and just get in that gym and work on what God gave you. All right, Anna, what are we doing there?
I'm going to give you an update as to what happened. This heirloom tomato was too seedy. So I took out most of the seedy parts, and I'm going to save that and put it with some olive oil and some cilantro and do a little topping with it. And then I put like just kind of the rough edges, you know what I mean? The firmer bits in the guacamole. And then we got some cilantro out of the garden, out of the little thing, which by the way, Lauren just thought of that. See, so I'll keep them around a little while longer.
And by the way, if you're in England, you guys call it coriander.
Coriander leaves.
Yeah.
Which we call coriander the seed of that plant.
Right.
But they call it the leaves. Jalapeno. This is a particularly bendy one. But what I like to do with all peppers,
a nice curve in it, Anna.
I'll show you how I cut it. Is you see the fat part of the pepper? That's the part you can use. So I just cut it down that. So I'm just going to cut one little strip of this, and it won't have as many seeds because I don't want to do. See, we're just going to cut down this guy. Well, that's fine. And dice it. And that's it. Put it in there. I'm going to dice the cilantro. And then I'm going to taste it. And then I'm going to eat it.
Anna,
right in front of you.
Anna,
Right in front of you.
Explain to the audience why you didn't want to have a lot of the seeds in with your pepper.
This is too spicy, which I don't mind spice.
Yeah, you just want the good flavor
guacamole.
there. Yeah, you want the flavor.
Yeah. If you want to, you can put the whole jalapeno in there, and you can also dust some cayenne powder in there, and then it's extra spicy.
We call that Cajun Mexican.
Yeah. And the leaves are a lot easier when you just do like
is that the bell pepper there, Anna?
No, this is the cilantro leaves.
Okay, I couldn't really see what
I'm doing a red bell pepper in the Spanish rice. So
okay.
I love cilantro, but I know that there are some people who think it tastes like it makes about a tablespoon of chopped cilantro. No, I'm good, thank you.
You mean
That was
people
the
who think
perfect
it tastes
amount.
like people that think it tastes like soap?
Cleaning fluids. Yep.
Yeah, I don't get that. It doesn't taste like that to me.
No, but I also have that thing that we talked about last week where grapefruit tastes like dirt to me. So I understand. And I always ask people if they like cilantro because people either love it or hate it. Huh.
If you had a wooden bowl, it would
This
look
is a
like
nice
suicide.
chunky guacamole. Let's see if I can.
Yeah, it's the way I like it. Oh, nice.
Right, looks good. Beautiful color. That like celadon. Well, it's the color of avocado. Hello.
Yeah, I want some right now, Anna.
Here's the big. It's perfect.
Yeah,
It doesn't need anything else.
doesn't need a little extra salt because
I got
salt.
4. No, it has enough salt. I have some leftover carrots that I'm going to chop up to dip in there for him, and I am going to literally just eat it directly on my carne asada.
Okay, so Anna, that looks absolutely
That's
delectable. Where are we with the meat?
He's grilling the meat right now, and I'm going to start this. Oh, my Villa Capelli's out. Oh my God. Ah.
This might be a good time for me to remind you guys, don't be like Anna. Don't run out. Oh, she's got more Villa Capelli. She's got a 3-liter tin there. Maybe you do want to be like Anna. You want to get yourself some Villa Capelli olive oil. Look, I know that feeling, that cold sweat you break into when you grab that Villa Capelli and realize, oh, wait, I forgot.
We go through. I literally just filled that thing up the other day. We go through it.
We go through it like crazy over here, folks. Anna will tell you, I drink it. I pour shot glasses of it and drink it. Villa Capelli, you're going to love this stuff. There's no seed oil in there. It's 100% pure olive oil from Puglia. Puglia, Italy.
Bob Zimmer did a shot on Paul's death anniversary, which was well, it's yesterday, but when this comes out, it'll be a few days ago. He did a shot of Villa Capelli in his honor, which made me really happy.
Nice.
Yeah.
I probably did 2 or 3 shots and just didn't even realize it was Paul's death anniversary.
Right.
But folks, you're going to love Villa Capelli. You want to save 10%? Put in promo code Vinnie, VINNIE, no wimpy Y, 10% off. By the way, if you go over $100, so let's say you spend like $115, you'll get the 10% off. You'll still be over $99 and you'll get free shipping. And I tell everyone, Anna's got that 3-liter tin bag there. That's the big savings right there.
Yeah, you got to do that.
3 liters of olive oil for what you might pay 1 liter somewhere else. This stuff is just deals all the way around. Villa Capelli olive oil. Let them know we sent you. Promo code Vinnie, VINNIE, and you will love it. What do you have there, Anna?
I'm doing a visual. See, I just cut like the 3 ears off, the 3 bells off the bell pepper, because you're not going to use the rest of it.
Okay.
That's just a faster way to cut, because some people they cut it in the top and then they have to
That's
pour
the
out
way I do it. Yeah.
This is faster.
So you just slice each corner off in kind of a triangle.
Yeah. Well, where the fattest part of the pepper is.
And that's white onions I'm looking at in your pan?
Yep. Probably yellow onions. I never seem to buy white onions. I don't know why. I think they're too strong tasting for me.
I like I like the red. I love the Vidalia.
Oh, the Vidalia is my absolute fave.
Yeah.
You know, it's really good. If you take a whole Vidalia onion, and I haven't done this in years, but this is how I grew up. Because we would have so many Vidalia onions in the summertime. And then you take a whole Vidalia onion and you take beef broth or chicken broth. You put them in a big thing, the onions, you pour the beef broth or the chicken broth and salt, put it in the oven and roast it. And it's roasted Vidalia, and that's it. It's so good. And
I always
look what Lauren just brought in.
If you do very nice.
Yeah, can I touch? I can touch that, right? Okay. I just got to show it to the people.
Yeah, give them a show, Anna. Oh, look at that.
Can you see that?
Oh.
You kind of tilt it without it.
I want that so much.
I know.
I want that right now.
I know. Should I cut one open, Lauren? Yeah. Okay. No, because they're so thin. These look perfect. That looks so good.
I so want to be at your house right
I
now.
like that. Yeah, it's done. Look. And by the way, we cook all the time, constantly grill all the time, and we're still cutting things open to see if they're cooked all the way. It's just what we do. It's just natural. Yeah, I'll let it stand. I'll let it stand while I make this other stuff.
Yeah, just
So
let
that's
it
done.
rest, Anna. Give it a rest.
How long, Lauren, how long did you cook that for? 5 minutes at the most. Great. That's awesome. You want to see my cheat?
Yeah.
Dun, da, da, da.
What is
Cauliflower
that?
rice. It's a bag of Earthbound Farm organic cauliflower rice, already
Nice.
made. You can buy a head of cauliflower and do it on the big box grater. But in fact, many recipes in my first cookbook tell you to do that because they didn't sell these in the grocery store in 2016, or actually prior. The book came out in 2016, but when I was writing this. So we're heating these guys up. I could do two hands. Whoa, that looks good. Get nice and seared. The secret to making sauteed vegetables is I just season as I go along. I do salt and pepper constantly. You know what, Lauren? Are you out there still? I could use some more cilantro for this rice if you want it. If not, it's fine too.
So you have the onions, the pepper, you put a little salt in there, you put some black pepper.
And I'm gonna put a lot more salt in there because cauliflower tends to just eat the salt.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
And you have the Capelli in there also.
Yep, I saute everything in Capelli. I always saute my vegetables in Capelli unless I happen to have some extra bacon grease. I'll use that too.
Right.
If I'm making an Asian-inspired dish, I'll use coconut oil.
Okay.
But I also like to eat coconut oil in the form of nut butters, your nut butters, to be more exact. I just did a half an onion because this is a really large onion. Now I'm gonna take about a half a teaspoon. I'm gonna make a little thing while that cooks. This stove is new, and so it's very strong, and it has 2 gas lines going into it. Thank you. Not long. You can start eating.
Anna, what kind of stove do you have there?
It's a Genair dual one. So the oven itself is electric, but the top is gas. Nice. And the electric cooks really evenly in the stove, which is awesome. Let me make this little spice mix, and then in about 5 minutes, this will be ready. Look at us. And poor Vinnie's not here to share.
It looks, Anna, I want to be there so much right now.
I know.
It looks so good.
I want you to be here. Here, I'm going to do about a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to do my shortcuts, which are garlic powder and onion powder. This is always my shortcut flavor starters. So if you feel like you're not getting that depth of flavor, you can always cheat by adding garlic powder and onion powder. And if you're really, really counting your carbs, which I don't know what y'all are doing, but you can also do that instead of putting onion in there. But I put celery salt in this dish. It adds a nice little earthy flavor. I don't put celery, but I put celery salt and smoked paprika and cumin. And we're going to mix that in. It's going to be like a Spanish style rice. I usually would put, do we have an open marinara? Okay, well then I'm going to open one. I would usually put some, no, I'm going to put Eat Happy Kitchen marinara in there because I would usually put tomato paste or marinara in to get a little, see, so we've got a little spice mix. It's going to go over this stuff.
Very nice.
And then you want that kind of red. Well, I don't have a tomato paste, I don't think, in the.
So you have the marinara, my favorite marinara.
Yes, and I'm only using this because I don't have any tomato paste, but it adds. I'm just going to do I'm going to do 4 tablespoons of this. 3, 4.
Okay. It's amazing how convenient and how user-friendly that marinara is.
It is very convenient and user-friendly. Wink, wink.
Hey, Anna,
Can you guys see this?
the
How
smell
beautiful
in
that
there.
color
I
is?
can I can smell it through the video.
It smells amazing.
Oh,
And Lauren right now is really upset that I didn't time this out better, but I have to be honest with you guys. I rarely time anything out well. I can make one thing
Yeah.
at a time. I know. This looks pretty much ready though, doesn't it? A little bite. You take a little bite.
I love that you're doing a whole meal. Like throughout this podcast, you've done a whole meal.
I know, that's what I've been wanting to do. Like I want to do it like once a month.
You could do it every week. I'm loving this.
It's done. Oh my God, it's so good.
Oh, and now you got the guacamole. You got that. You got the flank steak. Oh,
I'll turn it off.
Oh man, it's like Mexican heaven over there.
It's real good. And now I can make a tequila and soda with lime because I have a leftover lime that I didn't put in the guacamole.
You know what? I can have a tequila with you, right?
Yeah.
I should have some tequila around here. Hang on, Anna.
Yeah, you're gonna get tequila. Well, oh, you already did the Villa Capelli ad, right?
Yeah, I did. Hang on.
So we're done.
I still got to do that. Hang on.
Oh, you do? It looks
look
like
at
he's
that.
not. I'm trying to get it where the steak is lighter. It's hard to see the meat. You know what I'm gonna do?
Take a photo, Anna, and send it. And they can do a thing with the podcast.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Here's what I like to do.
Cut a little piece of it, Anna. I want to see.
I like to pre-cut it. Where's my fork? Even if it's from another show, that's what I like to say.
This might be my favorite podcast we've ever done.
It would only be better if you were here, so you could eat.
Well, you know, Anna, I'll tell everybody right now.
This is how I like to serve it. I like to slice it.
I'm going to be coming there because we are the sponsors for Bad Water 135 this year. You know, our Ultra Salt is one of the title sponsors for Bad Water 135. So I'm going to be out there, and you know who else may be out there with me? The billionaire Don Coddington.
He's so rich.
He is so rich. And Anna, you're going to have to cook.
I'm scared if he comes to my house, he's just going to try to buy my house like on the spot because he's so rich.
He'll just pull his wallet out and just whip, like The Godfather when Sonny breaks the camera.
So good. Yeah.
Anna, would you make that for me a Coddy Cod?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a glass to drink my liquor from. Oh man.
We have to drink it out of the bottle.
Oh, you know what?
You turned me on to Clase Azul, and I haven't gotten any since. He's not having Clase Azul.
I have Centenaro Añejo here, and I could drink it out of this Ferrari cup that someone gave me. Folks, this is so you know.
Yeah, this stuff is that good? I don't even know.
Oh, that looks like mezcal. Is that mezcal?
Oh no, it's tequila blanco.
Okay. You know, Anna, I feel like a
That's
fool.
real.
I have a Ferrari a cup here. I don't even have a Ferrari. But you know what?
Oh.
You're gonna have some, Anna? I'm gonna put some in.
Oh yeah, I'm making one right now. Look at this. I like this too because I've never been able to walk around while I'm podcasting, and now I can walk around.
Whatever you did just then made a lot of noise.
It was getting ice into my glass. Apologies.
You know, this is going to taste delicious because Centenaro is one of my favorite tequilas, Centenaro Añejo, and there was still a little espresso essence in this cup because I had an espresso.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's kind of a coffee.
You can add coffee. You can, in fact, that's a great idea to grind up the double French and add it to the carne asada dry rub.
Oh, hang on, Anna. Let me go get that.
Mm-hmm.
Say something while I'm gone, Anna.
Okay, something while he's gone. Let's see.
Favorite coffee.
It depends on what kind of a mood you're in. If you're doing a one finger or a two finger.
Right there.
Oh, put it more on camera, Vin.
Yeah.
We had that this morning, the double French. We love the double French.
Coffee right there. I can't hear you, Anna. I have my earbuds in.
Oh, I said we had that this morning. We love the double French.
Yeah, I love the double French too.
Seriously, any sort of barbecue rub that you want to do, or even a more like Mexican rub that has the smoked paprika, that has the chili powder, that has all that stuff, you can add a teaspoon of ground, like espresso fine ground beans, and it just gives, it's so good. The machaca is one of my favorite recipes that's in the first book. people don't make that one enough. It has coffee in it. It's
Yeah.
so
And by the way, if you
good.
have a burr grinder that'll go down to Turkish, I like the finer Turkish style. Anna, you got your drink there? Is it?
I do, but I just realized I don't have. I gotta make a soda water.
Okay.
Are you drinking yours neat?
I'm having mine neat with the essence of espresso. That was made with double French.
Why don't you tell the people where they can get their double French?
You get your double French at purecoffeeclub.com. You get the double French. We have the Explorer series. That's we go out and find a special green bean from around the world, and I come up with the roast. It's one of my hobbies, and then once I have the roast, it's available until it runs out, usually somewhere between 4 and 6 weeks. We also have the honey process, which is a crowd favorite over at purecoffeeclub.com. We have the house, and we have it all. So go check it out.
Lauren just requested that I order the athletic blend next time.
Well, I have some of that here, Anna. That's the one that comes in a red package.
Yeah, because it'll wear you up.
It's got 50% more caffeine naturally. We don't add that. I just use a bean that has more caffeine. And it will remind you of what most people drink in Louisiana, a coffee called community medium.
Community coffee?
Yeah, community medium. And I when I was building that roast out, that's what I kept going for because it was my favorite coffee growing up. So Anna, are we gonna?
We did it.
Toast?
We did it. Let's. Oh yeah, I was making my plate. I'm hungry. Let's toast. I had to use the bubbly because I got lazy.
Here's to Anna pulling it off on the very first one, and for Lauren coming in for the assist. Cheers.
Lauren made it happen.
Cheers. I need to mix espresso with tequila more often. That's awesome.
We need to make some coffee, some NSNG coffee cocktails. That's what I'll come up with some of those. We did it.
We did do it, Anna. We did it.
And you gave great fitness advice. We killed so many birds
Anna,
with one Zoom.
You know how talented we are? You have any idea how talented we are?
Solid B minus.
Yeah.
B? C plus?
C plus. I give us a C plus.
That's good.
Look,
that's good.
Anna, I couldn't even give you, look, you know me, I wouldn't give you an A on your Marie. I had to think about it for a while. I had to ruminate.
You had to really decide if I deserved it or not.
I didn't know, Anna. I didn't know. And you know what? It wouldn't be a special show unless we did a little something for Bill Meadows, right?
Yeah, do it.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
You know what to do. We all go shopping on Amazon. Before you go to Amazon, go to VinnieTortorich.com. It puts a little coal on the fire, gets our train down the track, and we're able to keep this show free for a gazillion years in a row. Amazon doesn't pay us the way they used to. So what we do is I also have a super fan page. It's been set up since Anna and I started doing this podcast a gazillion years ago. So you can go over to the super fan page. And, that's not money that ends up in my pocket. That's money that keeps this podcast coming to you. Also, if you want to watch Anna cook that recipe, this podcast will also be up on the YouTube channel, Vinnie Tortorich YouTube. So go check that out. Anna Vocino, she used one of her products today in the show. It was Eat Happy Kitchen Marinara. She's holding it up right now. Put it in the light there. Blinded by the light. I hope they don't cut that out. So she's got the Eat Happy Marinara. She also, folks, you got to go see what she did. She put a whole meal. This isn't like when you watch like Jada and Jada goes, oh yeah, I mixed this, I mixed that. Oh, here it is. She made the whole meal. She's over there eating it now. You got to watch what she did. This
you can hear me chewing it. It's kind of rude.
Look, she's a genius in the kitchen. Go get her books, Eat Happy Too. You'll find these recipes in those books. She also has AnnaVocino.com, the Eat Happy Kitchen. You go check it all out. Anna, did I miss anything?
No, I think that's it. And by the way, you could make that whole meal in about 15 minutes. I went really slowly so that we could explain stuff. But if you're just whipping it together, you can whip it together fast. I'm a huge fan of quick meals.
Yeah. So yeah, Anna is she learned how to cook on the afternoon special after school. Everything
That's
was
right.
like, hey, take an Oreo, break it in half, and stick it in
That's
peanut
right.
butter. But she's come
Lots
a
of
long
chicken
way
with it.
since then. She's come a very
That's
long
right.
way. So on behalf of Anna Vocino and Lauren Taquinio, my name is Vinnie Tortorich. Put life into living and do it with enthusiasm. We're still on video, Anna. Cheers, pumpkin. Where,
Cheers, pumpkin.
cheers.
That's yummy.